Hi, my name is Dennis Feidner, and the company's CFO on the go, Sage partner for the construction products. I've been doing this for about 11 years, and I had a request for a video here on how the service module would assist in creating a work order and getting the work order build. And so that's what the focus of this video is. And so uh, if you're familiar with or seen Master Builder or Sage 100 in the past, it only had this menu on the left, and now we have all of it icon driven in the center. So right here there's a tab that says, or an icon that says work order. So I'm just going to create a work order. It's going to give it the next work order number. It's going to give it today's date. I'm going to pick only client number that I know, Jessica. And you'll notice that it popped right up here in the center screen that she's got a past due balance of about $40,000. So I may think twice about dispatching somebody out there. And then we'll just say repair something. If I could type, repair something. We have the choice of either starting this as a quote and emailing the quote to the customer for them to approve, or if it's a good client, we can go straight to a work order, which we'll do here to save a step. And then these are all customizable by you. And so we're just going to call this a service call. And the reason for that, each of those will show a different color on the dispatch board, so it makes it easy to see what's going on by type of work order. And if you want a work order for service to go to one GL account for income and your warranty to go to another one, then that's what it'll do too. You can set up separate income accounts and cost accounts for each type. The next step would be obviously where do we want to send them, because we have the who and the what and now where. And so I come in here, and Jessica happens to have two locations, and so I'll select the second one here. It now fills in the correct location, address, service area, the cross street, phone number, and the proper contact for that location. So now we know that. And then the next thing we have to do is who are we going to dispatch? Let's dispatch, on this case, we'll do Carlos. So there's Carlos. We can hide these columns. You're probably not going to need them. Priority 3 is normal, 1's emergency. There's about 8 different classifications. We'll schedule it for today. We'll schedule it to start after hours. We'll set it for 4 o'clock to finish at 6 o'clock. And it'll need 30 minutes to get there. So once I'm done with this, I now know who we're going to see. If I fill in the work order notes here and say there, again, I don't type very well, there is a problem. See Tom, gate code is whatever. Gate code, whoops, hang on, code is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can now save that. And so now I have that. I'll save this record. And so now I'm going to close this. I've already created the work order. And now I'm going to go back. I'm sorry, wrong button. Now I want to go look at the dispatch board. So if I scroll down, there's that 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. You'll notice in that work order it's got the contact's name, the client's name, the time, duration, phone number, and some other information. Let's say he can get to it earlier. They call him. You can actually slide this up. And so now I have a work order that I can dispatch. The second thing that while I'm here is, let's say a client calls in and they only like Carlos and they want to know when he can come out. And I apologize, I didn't create a lot of work orders, but let's say this whole thing is just jam-packed full of different work orders, but this slot is open. I can come in here, click that, assign to a new work order. I'm going to close this real quick. And now that new work order is already set up with the work order number, today's date, the date I schedule it for, the time I schedule it for, and now I can come back and fill in the remainder of the information. To me, that's huge because the client calls and wants somebody special, I can see exactly when they're available. And one more thing before we leave here. So here's the one that I had filled out. If I come in here, one of my options is to print the service work order with notes. And so I'm just going to preview this real quick. So, there's who I'm going to see. This is the project. There's a problem. There's a gate code. So he has his notes. If at the time that you dispatched it, you know what he was going to need as far as parts, you could actually start listing the parts in here. So we're just going to go electrical here. He needs one of these. Let's see what else we need. You'll need one of these. And then let's put some hours on here, which are up in the labor. And these categories here are all customizable by you. So labor, open shop. Let's see if I have. Don't have a service guy, so we'll just call this guy a skilled, unskilled labor, just for the heck of it. I need to put something in there. And so he needed one of these, two of these, and he was there for 2 hours. So now I have all that information in. Basically, I come in here, I recalculate this. There's my non-taxable total, my taxable total, obviously customizable by where you are. And now I can save this. I'm done. I can come in there and email that to the client. The other thing I can do is at the end of the day, we usually do this all at the end of the day. When we post all of these invoices, which I could just do this record, or typically we just post all of the closed invoices for the day. It will now take anything that was in inventory, and I'm going to say this one was on this truck, this one came out of the warehouse, and so once I post these invoices, it's going to remove that item from his vehicle's inventory, and it's going to remove this item from the warehouse inventory automatically. So it keeps a very, very good perpetual inventory for you. So that's it. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it does everything. The one thing that this system does, which I really like and our clients like, is that there's a couple of reports in here that are pretty valuable. This one is one of my favorites. And I can do it for invoice date range, for a specific client, what have you, or salesperson or technician. But I can come in here and tell you, again, on Jessica, who I use every time on my samples, these are all the work orders I've done for Jessica. This is my material cost, my labor cost from payroll. And then I can see the profit margin on each and every work order. And I can see my profitability for the client overall for a period of time or for forever. But the nice part is, if you have multiple technicians, I can now run a report that says, Bill makes a margin of 21%, Tom makes a margin of 21%, and Dennis, which is me, only makes a margin of 10%, so what's the story here? And maybe I do all the warranty calls and there's not a lot of revenue to be generated, or maybe I'm just dogging it and you know, and charging more time than I can bill, or taking parts home at night. I don't know, but there'll be an excuse or a reason for it. And so you'll be able to get that information out of the system with a couple of mouse clicks, which to me is a big deal. Lots of agings to look at. So that's the service in a nutshell. The nice part is it comes with full AER, accounts receivable, accounts payable, payroll, including certifieds, project management if you do projects in addition to service. All of the change orders, purchase orders, cost to complete analysis, and job reports are here. We do have a small estimating basic module and a full inventory that you can manage, and update prices electronically from your vendors. So anyway, it was meant to just be an introduction on how to take a phone call, how to fill out the work order, and how to dispatch it. And let's just go back, because I may not have shown you this. If I go now and look at this dispatch board, and I come down here and I right click on this, and it says email to the technician, I can just email that out automatically to the technician. And if he has a smartphone or laptop, he'll get that email with all of this information in it. And so he does not have to come back to the office. Anyway, appreciate it. My name is Dennis. If we can do anything else for you, just give us a call. 800-659-5851. So 800-659-5851. And if you have something that we didn't show you, you'd like to see, we'll just make a video for you. Thanks.